The views and opinions expressed on any program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the New Media Factory. Some programs on this network might include strong images and language and may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hi, good evening. Hi. Good evening.
Welcome back. I knew
Anyway, so today we are going to be talking about the quarter life crisis.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
You're there!
No, but you know, wait, I thought about
You're to
this.
live 100.
Yeah, how many people really live up to 100? So I think that quarter life crisis is not such an accurate description in terms of lifespan.
Nasa range naman eh, 20 to
22.
30. 30! Pasok pa rin ako!
No, 20 to 32, I think, is the definition.
Bakit 32?
I don't know, baka people live until
32
115.
That's the definition.
Yeah, it's past 30.
There's a legit definition of a quarter life crisis.
According to Google. How about your source, Shelly?
According to my experiences. Ang dami kong experience. Yun lang.
Okay, so you wanted to share something about
Okay,
an article.
so I came across an article with the help of Shelly. It was published by Forbes, and basically it's a compilation of the mistakes that 20-year somethings or 20-year-olds and above usually the mistakes that they make whenever they're looking for a job.
20 and above.
20 and above.
When looking for a job.
Mga 20 until 40. Ang tagal.
Ang tagal pala ng learning curve. And it's so interesting. Some of the things they mention, for example, a lot of people go into their interview without researching about the company.
That's terrible.
And apparently
I think.
that's one of the pet peeves of the HR people, like, so what do you know about Company X? And then blank stare.
I remember Patricia Evangelista tweeted something like, I hate interviewing people who have never watched an episode of Storyline.
Because how can
But
they apply for
why would
something?
you apply for that
Right.
if you don't know what you're going to be doing?
I guess their assumption as always is you're applying for that job because you can identify with the values, with the mission of the organization.
Or the responsibility. Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
someone's just looking for a job.
Right. And then another thing is that
For
they
the sake
feel
of the job.
entitled. So there's a sense of entitlement among new graduates. Parang just because they graduated from a top university
With honors or whatever.
yeah, parang they feel na they're an easy shoo-in for the job. So that's second.
I like one of the other points that the article made about making your own resume.
Yeah.
And how...
It's so hard. Okay, I don't have a resume. It's really terrible, I know. It's
but
really
you have to explain, you have to give the context
Yeah, why
of
you don't
I
know
know I
resume.
started working third year college, so parang it never
Came
happened
up.
na I would
You
need
needed
one.
it.
But I know that I need one.
Yeah.
Okay, well anyway.
It's never too late.
I will.
will.
In fact, in college, I had to take a class, and one of the sessions was how to make a resume. And my professor was none other than Butch Delisay, who was
Wow. Multi-hyphenate.
he's a writer.
Multi-hyphenate. Pen collector.
Pen collector slash professor.
Writer/professor.
Cat lover.
Good friend.
slash good husband. Wala pala. Anyway, so he critiqued each of our resumes from the font that we use to the margins, everything talaga. Anyway, so the article that you were talking about says na don't make resumes that are too self-centered.
Yeah.
And I absolutely agree. In fact, one of the things that Sir Butch said was, if you can or if you have, put volunteer experiences because it
Right.
shows you have a conscience.
Hindi ba pagbibida rin yun ang sarili?
Pero it shows another side of your pagbibida. Hindi lang parang, oh,
I'm super
bida with a
smart.
heart.
Yeah.
bida with a heart. Correct.
No, ako naman, we wrote an article recently for the magazine. It's called 30 Mistakes You Don't Realize You're Making at Work. And parang this is applicable actually to college. We talked to like this professional HR guy. And then, ang sinabi niya, people really take for granted that their bosses are on Facebook. Or
Yes, I
students
believe
take-
that.
Yeah, students take for granted that their teachers are on Facebook. So sometimes when they rant, yeah, syempre it also gets there.
Correct.
So that's one of the, at least the new generation problems.
Or even like you say you're on sick leave and then you tweet like,
Oh, no.
Oh, in Boracay. Mga ganyan.
Or mag-check-in ka.
Sesante ka. Oh, just checked in. Peninsula. Mga ganyan. Ano ba yan?
I like that the gist of the article was that your 20s is not a time for you to waste or yung to experiment. In
Right.
fact, these are the years wherein you can lay the foundation already of your career or whatever it is that you really want to do. So last weekend, hindi masyado maganda yung segue ko. Pero last weekend, attended this workshop. It's called Breaking Through Barriers, hosted by Train Station. And then they use neuro-linguistic programming.
NLP.
What does that mean? Sorry.
It's
Neurolinguistic.
na a lot of the way we behave is wired, of course, by our brain. So neuro is for your thoughts, and then linguistic is the way you speak, and then I found it at the back of Lynn. I don't know what it is. Programming is the way you behave. So essentially, what they were telling us, there were about 14 of us, which I think is a large group na for their workshop, na breaking through barriers. Kasi nga, it's about overcoming the barriers you've set for yourself, etc. They're saying that through neuro-linguistic programming, you can actually program the way you look at these barriers, because these barriers may not change, but we've taught ourselves to think of those barriers to be barriers.
Yes.
So it's a whole lot about reframing.
Right,
And
that's nice.
Parang kung nagkaroon ako nung na-attendan ko yung workshop na yon during my mid-20s, baka masaya ako ngayon. Hindi, baka... Wala naman akong ganung revelasyon. Yeah, I think it just helps every once in a while to have a check-in of where you are as a human being, not even as a friend, as a son, as a daughter.
Yeah.
Just to see, okay ba ako? Am I really...
So we're gonna take that.
We're gonna take that, yeah.
It's once a month.
It's once a month, held during weekends, and if you want to know more about their programs, it's trainstation.com.ph.
Actually, you know what they said? Na parang the mid-20s, it's actually the best year for most people because you're young enough.
I don't agree.
Sorry.
Being 30 is fabulous.
Oh, hang on! Like, you're old enough to know what you want. Kasi naman, when you're younger, you're unsure. But then, you're young enough to have the energy to pursue it.
I mean, I have the energy.
That's why
No, wait. What I'm wondering about is what they said that the 20s, your 20s are not your time to experiment. Parang it is.
Ako, it is. For me, it is.
In terms of foundation, you have to lay the foundation. It's okay to make mistakes in your 20s. Or even when you're older.
Na pag-experiment, yung tipong gabi-gabi for 5 years, lasing ka.
Mahirap yun.
Wala nang ganun.
Mga 2 months lang.
Oo, yung lagyan naman natin ng hangganan.
Okay, wait.
Trabaho ka na, gano'n.
Let's go back to reframing, and it's a matter of perspective. Because our top 5 for this week is actually about yung akala mo tapos na yung life mo, pero hindi pa pala.
When you were 20.
In your 20s. Na parang, akala mo ito na yun. So this is the end when you go through like something challenging. But then, life goes on. So here are some 5 things that we put together. Ayan.
That's me. Yeah, people usually go through their first breakup, let's say, late teens or early 20s.
Ako mga 14.
Ang aga nag-boyfriend.
Yeah! Well, for me, it
Puppy love lang yun.
was... Inisip! It was 17, 18. And really, parang everyday, ang bigat-bigat ng loob. Siyempre,
You were in high school?
I was in high school.
Okay.
I was 4th year high school, yeah. And ika nga nung lyrics ni Taylor Swift, when you're 15, somebody tells you, he loves you, you're gonna believe. Di ba yun yung lyric ng song? Yeah.
Kinrostage mo yata.
No, at that age, yung first relationship, everyone's first relationship na serious.
Yeah.
You feel like this is it, this is forever, and parang you write your name and
you play flames.
Yeah, exactly. So when the breakup happens, especially when hindi mo siya gusto, Ibig sabihin, sa ikaw yung brinegan. Talagang gusto mo everyday lamunin ka na ng mundo, feeling mo wala nang ibang lalaki out there for you, feeling mo
yun na yun.
no one will love you for who you are anymore. Pero, ay girl, mali. Ay girl. So, you'll actually go through either a second, a third, etc. etc. Sobrang bihira yung your first relationship is forever. But, yeah, to every young girl or young guy or kahit hindi masyadong young pero going through a first
Kahit hindi masyadong guy.
Pwede rin.
Yeah, oh my goodness, life goes on and it's so funny how years after you'll really laugh about how heartbroken you think you were.
Yeah. That's very true.
That's all.
Okay, next.
Wow!
Yan.
Is that you?
Ako lang naman nabunta sa atin doon.
Sana! Hindi pala!
When the second line appears on the pregnancy test, so positive, di ba? For those who haven't taken a pregnancy test, I was very blessed to have a boyfriend then. I wasn't married yet when I got pregnant. And I used the situation not because I felt like it was the end of the world for me, but I just have a feeling that it might resonate with some of our viewers. I was very blessed to have a boyfriend who was intent on having a baby already at that time. I wasn't exactly so young. I was 26. Tama ba? Oo.
Tama ba?
Oo naman, yeah.
Oo nga eh. Thanks.
In-affirm kita.
So yun, siguro in a way, yung crisis ko then was, ano na mangyayari sa career ko? Ito yung panahon na kakaalam ko lang kung anong gusto kong gawin talaga, forever. Tapos, I was making sort of strides, or at least I knew where I should be digging, where I should be planting my 10,000 hours in. Tapos biglang buntis ako, may taong tubo-tubo sa ako. Life actually becomes more, colorful. It's just a new role to play, and maybe if you're one who likes challenges, it's definitely a new challenge to explore na pagsasabihin mo yung lahat. Yeah, but this is not an advice to get pregnant when you're not yet ready. But
if it happens, it's not the end of the world.
Yun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's for me.
Next.
Ayan. Okay, so this is for me. I'm not sure if, because I guess I'm one of those very fortunate people na parang who found what they wanted to do very early in life. So I really know that I'm meant to be in education. But then there are times when, yun nga, parang being in this sector na development, it's not always easy because sometimes you tend to help people who don't want to be helped. Na parang you go all out for them. Naiiyak na ba? No, so I guess in my experience, parang I run a school called Manamiga, and parang I identified this community, we're gonna transform them, we're gonna give these kids a better life. And then earlier this year, so this just happened recently, the community had a petition saying that they wanna kick us out because they wanna make money from the area we're in. Since the area we're in, parang now it became prime property, so they realized that they can make money from where the school was. So anyway, I guess, but then that change opened a lot of doors for us. Now we're looking for an area which is bigger so we can actually expand the school more. I guess this advice is really for those people na parang, you make those plans and parang, and you devote your life from point A to point B. But then life has a lot of surprises, right? I mean, there are always these unforeseen circumstances, unforeseen challenges. I guess, for us, it actually turned out to be a blessing in disguise, maybe for Shelly as well also. So it doesn't always have to go as planned because sometimes the plan even turns out much better than you hoped for.
Which is a good segue to the next one. Losing your job. So sometime last year,
What?
there were 4 of us working in an NGO, and then 3 of us got fired, including myself. So at that time, when I got fired, I think my ego hurt more than anything. But anyway, so I was so devastated, as in cry, lalo ganyan. And I literally had 600 pesos in my bank account. And I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna survive? And I think we had the conversation about this na parang, swerte lang namin na lahat ng ka-meeting namin sila yung nagbabayad.
Kasi wala na lang yung pagbaon ka talaga ng tissue pag-uwi mo kasi wala na akong pambili ng tissue para sa banyo mo.
and then you share the story pa na, nagwa-wet wipes ka lang.
Yeah. I wasn't going to share that, but thanks, Anna.
No, like in between meetings. In between meetings, syempre magko-commute ka.
Kasi wala akong pera pang commute. As in, yung pera ko, hindi ako I had a car then, and then I was parked somewhere. Yung job interview ko was moved from morning to afternoon. Eh, di ba 35 pesos lang, 3 hours, tapos patak, 10.
Yeah.
Parang 30 lang ata yung pera ko. Shit talaga. As in, yung I ran away then. So, yung kailangan mo lumunok ng pride para umutang ng 50 para mabayaran yung parking palabas. Yun. Oo. Pero life doesn't end there. Oh
In fact, when that happened to me, one of my friends said, maybe it's just like Steve Jobs. When he got kicked out of Apple, he got into Pixar, and that was one of the best things that ever happened to him. And you know what? It really was. When I lost my job, my first job, I won a grant from Europe that enabled me to start the shark project, the shark conservation project in Malapascua. So that completely changed the direction of my life. And it really was probably the biggest blessing in the biggest disguise.
In no disguise.
In no
It came in a
disguise.
check this big.
It really did though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there.
And I also got
The last one. Oh yeah.
I applied for an officer position. I was given manager post. So, may lamang na ako sa 50 pesos noon. Tsaka, yun nga, we also can't, like Anna and I, during those situations, hindi namin kayang i-claim na said kami. I had a car. I mean, my problem
yeah,
was
definitely.
parking.
Yeah. I had a car also.
And we have, kung maglulunok nga lang naman kami ng pride, kaya namin makahingi ng tulong from people who will always support us. So I guess in the same way, paminsan, it's just a matter of really assessing your priorities. Do I really try to prove a point? Or is now not the time for that?
Pinanghuhugutan today.
I know! Grabe talaga yung topic na to. Pinapawisan ako. Okay, and for the last top 5.
When you know that you don't know.
Kanina yan?
That's
Yours?
mine. Oo. Inimbento lang namin ni Ana yung kanina.
No, but I really love this because I think when part of your quarter life crisis is that you don't know. You don't know if this is the right guy for you. You don't know if this is the right job for you.
The uncertainty of
and
it all.
it's okay not to know.
Yeah.
My thesis advisor used to tell me because I'd be so confused, and she would say, the first step to knowing is not knowing.
Like Socrates. Ay, sorry.
Name drop.
No, sa friends. Kami teachers lang eh.
Anyway, so
Sorry,
you were gonna say
ka-text ko siya.
something.
Joke lang.
I asked kasi my husband on the way to work kanina and also my office mate what their quarter life crisis were. And pareho sila na yung one had to, yung hindi lang alam. And I think it hurt more or it hurts the ego more or whatever. It affects you more kasi you're supposed to know eh. 20 ka na, nakatapos ka na ng school.
Yeah.
Kaya mo na.
That's true.
Hindi mo pa rin alam.
That's true.
Diba? Pero, okay lang naman talaga.
I don't think
Paminsan-
wow, kontra lang. No, kasi I think I figured out, I'm not even sure up to this point, but then I think it's normal if you're from 20 to 30 and you're really still not quite sure.
Yeah,
That's why
exactly.
it's okay to not
Absolutely.
And sorry, I was reading this article na for a lot of people who are successful early in life, a lot of them actually become very depressed when they reach their late 30s. Because for some people,
Parang nag-peak na sila.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it's also the pursuit of something that gives you your
The
life
drive.
meaning and gives that you're working hard for something. So, yeah, for those people nga na, even if you don't know if you're not sure yet, I agree with Bianca. It doesn't mean, I agree with you the first time, I'm just kidding. It doesn't necessarily mean, or even if you know at such an early age, it doesn't guarantee na you'll be happy na for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, like, whenever people always ask me, do you think that marine conservation is what you're going to do for the rest of your life? And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. 4 years ago, I thought I was going to be the next Lea Salonga. But then, now, you know what?
You want her every week.
Ikot ka muna. I want you. Anyway, so yun lang naman. When we return, we're gonna take a quick break. When we return, we have a very special guest. Because every week we have special guests.
Yeah, very, very special.
Very, very special. Who took the time out to be with us today. And
Feeling important.
and we'll talk to him about some of the things that he went through when he was trying to decide what to do in his life. Okay, see you in a bit.
I don't know if you guys are familiar with a game Chubby Bunny, but
What's like?
have you played Chubby Bunny before?
No.
You put a marshmallow in your mouth, you say Chubby Bunny. You keep putting it in your mouth, and you keep
Okay.
saying Chubby Bunny.
Okay,
Whoever
let's do
can
it.
fit the most in their mouth wins. But we're not gonna say Chubby Bunny. We're gonna have a conversation.
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So I'm gonna ask you, okay ka na ba? And you're gonna be like, okay na, okay na.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Go.
2 at a time.
Okay, I'll learn you this time. Okay ka na ba? Hey, what?
Okay na, okay na. I just saw it.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
Okay ka na ba?
Okay na, okay na.
What? Okay. No, that's disgusting. Then the maid got jaundice. Jaundice is different from jaundice. Jaundice is buntis, like that. But she does not. Tirsa? Tirsa! Anyway, jaundice does not know. This is professional show. I will put the merienda here. So, jaundice. And I'm now happy to present to you Carl Utario. Halika dito, te. Tabi tayo. Gusto mo yung snacks? Ano ba to? Ganyan ba yan? Tapos?
Ang puti, ma'am.
Ay, tapos. Dito ba? Pwede ba dyan?
Pwede, pwede. Concealer. Ayan, para sa show mo, ha? Oh.
Aray ko, amayaya ba? Pwede ba itong ano? Zora, pang ano ba to? Oil absorbing? Pwede ba itong pang nose line?
Tita Kay, may caution.
Caution!
when-
Caution! Basta nag-glamour, te!
When used for the first 2 weeks, more pimples will appear. Burahin na siya. Sorry, ma'am. Ito talaga.
Hindi, bago yan. Don't worry.
Buti ako sa mata lang. Hindi naman nagkakapyo. Dapat pala caution muna yung pinasa natin.
Join your host Carrots Nazareno on Live Love Lols every Thursday, 7:30 to 8:30, only here on The Factor.
Welcome back, and today we have one of the most well-loved faces on television.
Wow!
Mr. Atom Araullo.
Glad to be on your show.
Thank you for taking a leave.
My pleasure. Sabi ko nga, it was the birthday of my uncle, so, you know.
So we
things
just
worked out.
happened to
Yes.
have a taping
Sakto
today.
lang.
Wait, so 5 and up is where you started. How old were you?
I was 10.
I used to watch that.
So,
Really?
20 years
You
ka
were
na in
what,
the
5 then?
business.
20
years
years?
ka na.
20 years, about 15 pa lang.
Nag-compute tuloy ako.
20 years in the
You were
business.
10.
Oh, yes.
But how long was that show?
How long was
And
it?
what got
How long
you
were you on
started?
I was in 5 and up for 4 years, or a little more than 4 years. So 10 to 14. How did I start? Kasi nung grade school, I was a part of Ateneo Children's Theater. And then 5 and up was going around the schools to audition for new hosts. And I happened to watch like 1 or 2 episodes of the show, and I really liked it. Kasi parang, you know, when you're a kid, parang it appeals to the younger generation kasi parang they're doing all sorts of things that you want to do, di ba? Parang they're just exploring. So they went to Ateneo, we had an audition. Actually, audition was more like an interview where they try to get to know the person, kung ano yung personality niya. So it didn't seem like an audition. Parang tinanong lang ako kung ano yung favorite subject ko sa school.
We just wanted to see how articulate you were.
I think I said science or something, some boring answer. And then if I liked animals, ganun.
Cute naman.
And then I shared the story about, I remember this this is the most memorable part of the interview kasi they asked me if I liked animals, and they said, yes, I love animals. Parang, actually, I protect animals in Ateneo. Kasi I protect them from bullies, yung mga ano kasi, yung mga palaka. Pinapatay kasi ng mga batang lalaki. It's a thing. Parang they like, killing young animals. Or small animals. So parang ako, parang I was so incensed. Parang, why would you kill a living thing? So I was always protecting the frogs, blocking the stones, and they kind of liked that story. I think that was the thing. That sealed the deal.
Yeah. Gosh, I wish job interviews were like that. You like animals.
Like animals.
Okay, so Atom's the perfect example of someone na parang sobrang daming interests. And then eventually, there came a point in your life and you had to choose. Like for example, you were in theater, then you moved to Pisay, then in UP you were, what's your course?
Applied physics.
And your thesis always like blows my mind.
Single molecule detection through fluorescence correlation spectroscopy.
See who does that? Okay, so that was his thesis.
You lost me at single.
So, and then you also have the side that you're an athlete. You love taking pictures. Ang dami mong interest talaga. So how
did you
do
narrow
sift
it
all
down?
that information?
There's nothing wrong with having interests, like a broad spectrum of things that you like doing. In fact, that makes life more interesting, right? But I know what you mean. Parang eventually you're gonna have to choose what you want to do. What you want to pursue. Kasi parang you only have a finite amount of time. You have to be better. You have to pour in the effort and the time for it. In my case, hindi talaga siya naging conscious decision. Parang I just went with the flow. In fact, I'm such a bad example for how to plan your life. No, seriously, kasi parang
so why did we guess?
I know.
Change guess.
Yeah, exactly. Kasi parang I just went with the flow na I graduated from college. I was taking a break.
But why did you take physics? Because you wanted to be a researcher?
It was just something.
It was interest. It wasn't like, I'm gonna discover the next theory.
You know how some high school students, they know already what they want to be.
Yeah.
Like they want to be a lawyer or a doctor, so they take pre-law or pre-med. Ako, I think like a majority of high school students, I really didn't know what I wanted to do. But the difference is, I think some students, parang they think too much about their future career. Na parang, ano ba yung gusto kong maging? Ano ba yung mag-earn ng maraming pera? Na respetuhin ako or something. Ako parang naisip ko, parang that will parang naturally fall into place if you do something that you're really interested in.
How did you have that wisdom?
Wala, kasi in fact the decision was so overwhelming that I just decided na, bahala na yan. Parang forget about that. I'll just take something that will parang interest me, parang challenge me, and then bahala na.
Yeah.
In fact, hindi nga ako naging physicist eh. So parang things kind of worked out. In one way or the other, it's going to work out. Parang, I guess if I really liked physics that much, I would have continued a career in physics. And, parang maraming mga sanga-sangang daan dyan. So, you just have to do your best and then it will fall into place.
What would you say would be the biggest obstacle you've faced so far? And yun parang like what we were sharing a while ago.
Yeah, what would be your answer to the top 5?
Ano nga yung tanong?
Yung akala mo your life is over, pero hindi naman.
Ganun na, Taglish. Akala mo your life is over,
pero hindi naman. Wala akong maisip na isang singular experience, but parang your first failure will hurt a lot. Parang something that you think that you would do really well in, and then hindi pala.
You actually failed
at
something?
Failed. Yeah, of course.
At what?
A couple of things. Marami na. I can only, for one, I remember my first failure as a kid was, I was competing for swimming when I was a kid. Tapos merong isang athlete na out of the blue, parang bigla siyang bumilis, and I couldn't beat him. I think I remember his name. 6 lang ako na to,
Anyway.
So this guy, parang, syempre, minomotivate ako ng dad ko na parang, you can do it, just train harder, gano'n. It was just 6. So parang, para sa kanila, it was just a way of parang motivating me to do better. Ako naman, syempre, siniseryoso ko talaga na parang I have to beat this guy. I really have to beat this guy. So I really trained really hard. Tapos, finally, the day came na individual medley yung competition. So, individual medley is all the strokes, diba? So parang, eto na, we were in lane 4 and 5. That means that you were top 2 in the heat. So parang, I'm gonna beat this guy, I'm gonna beat this guy. Tapos, as in, I couldn't beat him. I was just like 2 yards or siguro mga 2 strokes away from him the whole time. Tapos, na pagkatapos namin mag-compete, o pagkatapos yung event, and I was in 2nd place, pag-ahon ko sa tubig, humagulgul talaga ako. I didn't expect to do that
6 years
in front of everyone.
Wow.
And I was super crying. Na parang, feeling ko that time my life was over. Wala na akong career. Ganun at swimming.
Hindi mo na matatalo si Eric White.
Yeah, and then there are stumbling blocks along the way. Parang, for example, I ran for chairman of the student council. I didn't win.
Yeah, I remember. We were batchmates, and then I said, how could have... I don't think I knew you yet then, but we were at the all talking about it. Now, how could have Atom Araullo lost in the student?
Yeah, so like things like that.
And then student council, yes.
Yeah, and then you apply for ano ba? Parang you apply for certain jobs na parang feeling mo shoe-in ka na and then hindi pala. Things like that. And you feel like your life is over, and it's not. In fact, parang siguro bad example lili ako kasi parang ako, I don't really take it personally. What makes a mark for me is yung mga 20-somethings that you feel naman that you're like on top of the world. Na parang feeling mo ang galing-galing mo na hindi pala. Mas yun yung nakakamarka. Halimbawa, graduate ka na, alam natin lahat to, kunyari 4th year ka na sa high school, siga-siga ka na, feeling mo, alam ko na lahat, parang I'm so mature, parang lalo ka freshman, gano'n. Tapos mag-freshman ka sa college, wala ka palang alam. Tapos college ka naman, parang graduating ka na, parang wow, I'm such an adult, parang I can do anything. I have so many responsibilities, and then you apply for your first job, and then wala ka palang alam. Laging gano'n, laging may mga ganong yugto sa buhay mo. And it still happens at 30? Happens all the time.
So yeah, to Bianca's question, how did you sift through like all your interests? Like how do you choose what to prioritize and what to focus on?
Parang siguro nagkasubuan na, parang ganun. Parang tagal-tagal ko nang ginagawa to. Tapos nung una in denial pa ako na ginawa ko lang siya after graduating. I was taking a break, tapos I ended up in news. Naisip ko, might as well do this habang naghihintay pa ako for that opportunity to study again. And then, all of a sudden, you're working for 6 years already as a reporter. Tapos parang, you realize that I'm actually a journalist now. Whatever I say, I'm no longer a physicist. I'm a journalist. This is who I am, and this is who other people know me to be, di ba? So, kailangan mo ng galingan. Parang wala ka ng choice eh. Ako, in my case, ganun yung feeling ko na papanindigan ko na to. So, ganun na yung ginagawa ko ngayon. Parang my life plans are more or less gravitate around the fact that I may be doing this for a long, long time.
Do you have days when you're like, what if I had become a physicist? Or what if I had pursued photography?
No naman.
Minsan, ano nga ba? Alam mo, one of the things also, when you guys were talking earlier, parang one of the things that are a hallmark of being 20-something is you don't care about money. Did that ever happen to you guys? Parang who cares what job I want to do? Parang I just want to pursue my passion. Ganun. Parang I'll be a starving artist or whatever, di ba? And then, parang I guess the pressures of growing old and then realizing that yung parents mo eventually matanda rin sila, they have to retire, and then yung mga pamangkin mo parang they're studying in Ateneo or in Lasal, and then the tuition is what, 60,000. Parang how the hell do you afford tuition like that? And then you look at places in not even prime lots, parang mga regular condominiums na parang the shoe boxes are like 2 million, 3 million. Parang, I haven't even seen that amount of money in my life. So, yes, in a way, parang when I pursued journalism, like earning wasn't really one of the reasons why I ended up there, because you don't really earn a lot in the profession, at least comparatively speaking. And then you kind of, parang medyo minsan sa mga low points mo, mag-imagine ka na, if I became a physicist and then I pursued my master's, dire-diretso doctorate, tapos na-hire ako sa isang, like maybe Google or something, parang wow, my life would be so much different, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero hindi ko siniseryoso masyado yun. Parang
just passing thoughts.
It's just a passing thought. And then parang if you think about it, parang you have so much going for you now, and parang you just continue. You persevere.
Sorry. Yeah. No. One common.
Yeah, let's go of that.
One common problem I hear from that age group is how to handle your first biggest blunder at work. Lagi kasi parang yun nga, narattle ka.
Yeah.
Parang for a small fish in a big sea na parang it's my first job, I want to impress, biglang may big blunder ka. Usually, that is one, huge concern of what would your advice be to kids then?
Do you remember your first major?
At work?
Yeah.
Marami na kasi. Hirap maalala yung una. Pero, kasi we get scrutinized on a daily basis. Pero, I think the best thing to do is just, the word is maging mapagkumbaba. Kasi you don't know anything. Actually, you don't know anything. Lalo na pagbago ka. You're there to actually learn. And I'm thankful that when I was in college, that was one of the skills. Hindi nga college, high school pa lang. That was one of the skills that was handed down, or kumbaga sinabi ng father ko na may importante sa buhay, kailangan makinig ka sa criticism ng iba. Kahit na minsan hindi ka nag-agree. Kasi matinding challenge yun eh. Parang kailangan mo ma-develop yung ganung skill kasi it will get you far. And then, more often than not, you're actually, sa totoo lang, wala ka rin naman talagang alam most of the time. Natutunan ko yan sa theater kasi after each rehearsal, the director will do a post-mort.
Yeah.
Parang,
notes.
Notes. Parang, Atom, wala ka sa you were parang stage left, I told you to be on stage right. And then parang nung bata ako, parang lagi ako nagrarason. Parang hindi po kasi ganyan. Tapos parang sabi ng airpod ko, hoy, parang busy. Sabi niya, uy, alam mo, shut up. Parang ganun. Parang makinig ka na lang. Tapos you take in what's constructive and then you throw out what's not, diba? Yeah. So ganun din sa work. Yung unang beses na halimbawa naskupan ako ng bonggang-bongga, na parang sa loob-loob mo, hindi ko naman kasalanan yun eh. Kasi ganito sinabi ni ganyan, dapat ganito yung ginawa nila, sabi dapat ng desk ganito. Pero at the end of the day, parang wala, naskupan ka eh. Parang, you just have to learn from it. Parang just don't fight it. I think that's the best way to distill everything.
That's true. You had a question earlier.
Sorry, for me naman, is there a limit? So because quarter life crisis, and a lot of people think na parang, I'm not really in a job where I'm supposed to be, or this is not really what I intended to be when I was young and I had all these dreams. Is there a limit as to when people can change careers, or is there a limit as to when people can stop failing? In your opinion?
I'd like to believe na walang limit. Kasi nga, the most interesting thing is you used quarter life crisis, in my case, in the past tense, as if it's not happening anymore. In fact, it's still there.
Exactly.
Diba? Yeah. I mean, feeling ko, lalo na ngayon, ang dami ng mga options para sa atin. Yung quarter life crisis gets delayed eh. Kasi dati, at 25, kailangan may bahay ka na, diba? So parang wala kang magagawa. You have to, parang, yeah, things are decided for you. Parang my dad, I remember, nung nasa edad na to, parang, Diyos ko, meron na siyang bahay. Alam mo yun? And at this stage, that's something I'm planning to do in the near future. So, dahil sa delayed ang lahat, ang tingin kong nawawala yung courage Parang yun yung medyo nagde-decline as you grow older.
Kasi naka-compare.
Kasi feeling mo, nako, parang, in fact, as you grow older, that's one of the hallmarks of getting older. You get less courageous. Parang you're less willing to take risks. And I'd like to believe that it's something that you can do something about. Na parang if you really feel that if you're really unhappy with where you are, you can just pick up and leave. And then just, bahala na. Kasi mas maganda yung ganun kaysa yung alam mo hindi ka masaya tapos you just continue.
Right, and then you wake up your 40, tas parang
yeah, and
with all
then
the regrets.
Exactly. And then, wala na. By 40, I think that's the limit. Perhaps that's a limit.
Midlife.
Midlife na.
Midlife. Never nagka-break from quarter to mid.
Diretso.
Do you guys have any more questions before we play our very original game?
Yes, Shelly.
I don't have a question, but I remember what was said. Similar siguro to what Atom's dad was saying na wala kang alam, or that during the seminar we attended last weekend, it was different naman. Hindi naman sa wala kang alam, but you don't know everything. Yeah. Although meron kang pinanghahawakan, meron kang alam. So what you know, you work with that. You take charge. Yun nga na parang, don't let your 20s onto your 40s pass you by na hindi ka nag-take charge. So if someone criticizes you, take responsibility for it. Take whatever possibilities there are out there, you actually create them. And once you acknowledge that you have the responsibility to make this one life amazing, that it's only you who can make that happen, I think that's how you break free from a crisis.
Ay, ang lalim nun! Gusto ko isulat sa libro!
Mapa-cross-stitch na lang natin.
Yes, ikaw yung guest.
Oh, I think our special guest, Shelly.
Sorry! Kaya siguro,
Ramdam ko lahat.
silip na. No, siguro, just to end and before our game for Atom, I think telling sign of the quarter life crisis, meron ka parang existential itch. Parang you don't exactly know what it is, but parang meron. How, I guess that's
what is my life
quick
for?
advice. Yeah, mga ganon. Why am I here? What am I supposed to do? Mga ganon. Siguro, what's your advice to someone who wants to finally scratch that existential
Well, just
itch?
scratch it, I guess. So, just scratch it. Ano yan it goes back to how you define success kasi. Parang, siguro pag bata ka, parang napakababaw na idea mo of success, diba? Finding a good job, climbing the corporate ladder maybe, or earning X amount of money. Kailangan kasi yung idea mo of success is more rounded. Like, essentially naman, we're all working so we can be relevant somewhere else. If your job is what makes you relevant, then good for you. I mean, all the better. Pero most of the time, I think it's in our nature to find our relevance and to find that we matter somehow, somewhere, or to someone. Kaya nga people fall in love, or people become very religious, or people pursue, many different things, certain ideologies. Parang it's in our nature to latch on to that something that you think will go beyond your life, parang will live beyond you. And I think that's equally important as the daily grind. Kailangan meron kang sinasantabing oras para ma-figure out mo yun. Kasi otherwise, parang walang saysay yung buhay mo. I think doon nga nanggagaling yung crisis eh. Kung sigurado ka naman doon sa ginagawa mo o meron kang feeling mo relevant ka, I don't think the crisis will ever set in. Maybe just a little bit. Pero yun yung mas magandang panangga dun sa ganong klaseng doubt.
Sorry, nag-crop ka today. Okay. Good job.
Okay.
Naka-cross-stitch na yan namin. Di na uso cross-stitch na ba Instagram? Ano?
Joke lang kasi yun eh. Wala mo naman balak mag-cross-stitch sa throw pillow.
Wala.
Okay, so we're going to play the very original game called Charades.
Wow. Okay.
We're gonna exchange
It's a coffee
seats.
break exclusive.
Yeah.
Atom act, he was in theater. Pinat on the spot.
Okay, so as usual, it's Team Coffee Break versus Team NMF.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, dalawa na kayo.
Oo nga, paano yan?
It's
Wala
okay.
yan sa numbers.
We can do this.
So who's
I
gonna
think you
act for
should
us?
Anna is for us, Shelly is for NMF.
Okay.
Okay.
As
Wait,
usual.
paano yan? Konti lang.
Okay lang yan.
Okay lang yan.
Okay. So, mag-ano muna
Mar, gusto
tayo?
ko mag-act, Mar?
Mag-timer na
Na-discover
tayo.
ko talaga dito sa coffee break yung ano.
Okay, ready? Ikaw muna.
Ikaw na.
So what's this, in 1 minute?
Wait lang, ano yung
Sorry.
category?
The category is things you do in your 20s. Well, some of you might have done it in your earlier than 20s.
Or later.
Or haven't done it yet.
Oh.
Haven't done it yet and you're getting ideas
Planning.
now.
Let's just say malaganap to
Okay.
sa panahon ng mga...
Shocks. Ready?
Wow,
Set.
laga.
Go.
1 minute ba?
Ooh.
Wala.
2
Two
words.
words. First word. Drink. Excessively.
Okay.
The
Second word. Drunk texting.
Yes.
Oh! With feelings! Nagawa na
With
na to.
feelings. Oh.
Parang may pinanggagalingan
Oh.
niya.
Okay.
Don't look, Lynn.
I'm not looking.
2 words. First word. Cut.
Cut.
Cut pictures.
Cutting class.
Cut
Yes!
What?
Dominic
Cutting class.
Cut glass?
Cutting class.
Cutting.
Bakit ang dami mong sagot? Okay.
Magkakampi naman tayo, di ba? Huwag ka magaling.
Okay. 20 seconds na lang. 1 word. Makeup. Momol.
Yun ang category mo, gano'n.
No, because
Momota.
Ayan. Okay na yan.
I remember that.
So, 3 points. 3 points.
Okay, are you ready with all our mga...
Ready,
Sure.
set, go.
Party, ano yan? Drink? Drink.
Pass out.
Yes, out!
Ang galing.
Alam na
Follow
ng
me
Pico.
at Pico 91 on Twitter. Ito, isa pa.
One word. Drink. Hangover.
Galing.
Galing ah.
Galing pala. Galing ko talaga. Okay. Ito para medyo concept siya. Ito, okay.
Okay, one word. Bulimic.
Okay.
Bulimia.
What?
Wait
Kasi
lang.
di ba pagka mga sobrang anorexic?
Yeah. Okay.
Ikaw, bahala ka.
Okay, ito.
Tayo na tayo, no?
Tayo na. Oh my gosh.
Hey, how many minutes?
You have 10 seconds.
Lahat.
Fever, sick leave.
Faking a sickness.
Sort of. Okay, time's up. Basahin mo.
Sick leave pero nasa holiday.
Haba naman yun. Faking a sickness.
20s lang ba yun? Hello, hanggang 40s na.
So you got...
How many did you get?
Parang
4?
Parang wala ng words.
1?
Tayo na daw, sabi ni Atom. Si Atom nagbilang.
ito maganda.
3
Pandalayas.
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Wala, binuksan mo yung tiebreaker.
Narinig niyo?
Hindi.
Hindi.
Kaya walang contribution.
Oh, hindi nila narinig.
Ilan points sila?
3-3 na.
Okay, tiebreaker. Go.
Okay.
No, we can vote.
Okay, go.
Yeah. Yes.
1, 2, 3, go.
Ito.
Shoplifting!
Ano?
I suck at this game.
Did you hear what Lynn said? Shoplifting!
Kasi naman nga yung bad.
Mga pinaghuhugutan ng word.
Pagkawin mo na rider pa na.
Nag-al sa balitan.
Yun! Nagkala nun.
Si Atom mo lang
Wala
na-contribute
nakuha.
ng bike niyang physicist ng
I know, we really...
Wala daw kayo nilagay sa akin.
Nasayang yung sick leave mo. Ay, sick leave mo. Leave lang pala, hindi sick leave. Okay, anyway, so thank you again for joining us. We had so much fun with you.
Even if you didn't guess any word.
May panunong ba? Teka lang.
Yun yung gauge na lang. Successful guess.
Oh my God.
Kung may na-contribute sa game.
So do you want to invite them to your shows? Like, tell the guests what...
Monday to Friday, umagang kay ganda. That's
That's
5.
so early in the morning.
Yes. Yeah, they'll wake up probably at 7. And then TV Patrol, And Hiwaga every Friday, 4:45.
And you can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at Atom Araullo.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, thank you for having us and see you next week.